of the obstacles your grandfather, your father ran into, that
They
were...
didn't have it. They had it easy back then. They didn't have no obstacles.
Going back through history, no one gets to where you are today without stubbing their toe, hitting some obstacles, some tough things. Do you mind picking one or two things and just kind of,
Obstacles? I can tell you a major obstacle right now is skilled labor, is finding people. I think we're not the only ones.
Sure.
We've hosted Career Day. It was probably about 3 weeks ago, and we reached out to 160 kids through all the BOCES programs through Monroe County and outside Monroe County, trying to get these kids to come into the skilled trades, show them that you can make a great living without going to school. I would never tell somebody not to go to school, but you can make a great living without going to school. Yeah. And we had 160 kids come here, and I was going to take 4 interns for the summer. I told them all, I want 4 interns, an 8-week program here. And we're affiliated with unions, and I'm trying to help them out to get these kids to come in too, because you can go tell somebody what we do, but you need to be here to see what we do, because it's hard to explain. And so we had 160 kids come, and I got 4 applicants for a summer internship.
Out of 160
kids. And it's just, I just don't know. It's hard to believe. We figured we'd have at least 50, and we'd be struggling. And then I had I set up 4 interviews, and I got responses from 2. So it's just the way skilled labor is right now. It's tough. I have projects going on all around the country. Right? I have people in Alabama right now. I have people in Utica at Saranac, and I have great foremen because they're great. And I have like 2, a first-year apprentice or a second-year apprentice working with these guys. So it's difficult. It's difficult to train them because you got 1 for 3 apprentices with 1 foreman. You can't teach them all at the same time because they're spread out. But it's getting very difficult with the skilled labor.
Yeah,
that's the major fuel costs, of course, but that's the major obstacle that we have right now.
That's today.
When you start, and I'm not the only one, and I've talked to other business owners too, is you're almost turning some work away because you can't man it. I go back to my dad's days, and you would just call the halls and I need 50 guys, and they'd have 50 guys at your door the next day.
Wow. And
if I had a job right now where I needed 5 additional guys, I can't get them.
Wow. Yeah. And like you said, you're not alone. Everybody's going through.
We're not. No, everyone's in the same boat.
In history, what were some of the obstacles historically that either your grandfather, your father ran into, where you sit back and you heard those stories, that
they didn't have it. They had it easy back then. They didn't have no obstacles. No, I'm sure they probably had the same thing a little bit too. Obstacles, I don't know if it would be an obstacle, but they didn't have what we have now for technology and equipment that we can do now. Things have changed. Granted, how much we don't like cell phones and computers, but I couldn't run my business now without them. They did successfully, but I couldn't successfully without them.
It was a different time. You're right.
Different time. Yeah.
Talk about family in the business, family out of the business for me for a second. So through your time here and, your father's time, who were the family members that were involved? How did it work? Who was involved? Who wasn't? Was there any rules or?
The only rule we ever, my father had is, and my grandfather, I should say, was no, we all have daughters. No son-in-laws are never allowed. Don't bring any son-in-laws in. And we never, it's just been mostly me and my father and my grandfather. My aunt used to work in the city for part-time once in a while. My sister, Teresa, works here in the office. She's been with me now. She's got to be 15, 20 years already. She's in the office. But that's pretty much it. We kind of keep it simple. I have 3 daughters that have no interest in the business, which is okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
they got their own careers that they're looking at, and it's okay.